Hey everybody, good to see you today and glad you're able to join us. We're going to be looking at an Intel build today. So this is February of 2018 and we're going to be taking a look at some pricing and putting together a great build using an i5 system. So let's switch over here and let's take a look at what we got going on. This is a February of 2018 Intel i5 build. And so we've got the Core i5 8600K here unlocked, so we can definitely get a nice overclock on this chip. Should be able to get, well up in the upper 4s on the overclock on this, maybe close to 5. I've seen where some folks have easily gotten 5 gigahertz overclock out of this chipset. And again, this is a 6-core processor, so this is going to give you some nice availability there. No SMT here, but gives you some nice core count, like 6 cores. So for gaming application or even for a nice desktop application would work really well for you. So especially getting that higher overclock speed out of that processor. So but we're going to drop that in on a Asus ROG Strix Z370 board. This is a really nice board. It's got your RGB effects there as well. You got additional space if you ever wanted to go to SLI configuration on your graphics. It's got plenty of support in the board, plenty of connections and ports and all that good stuff there. Some good I/O connections in the back, USB 3 type 1 and C there. Also, this board does have Wi-Fi built into the board as well, so nice little feature to have there when you need it. So for a cooler, we're going to drop the CryoRig H7 in. This is a really nice cooler. I've spec'd this out in a couple of builds back last month, and I did an all-white Ryzen 5 theme build and went with this cooler here. It's a great cooler, 35 bucks, and will definitely get the job done for us there. For memory, I'm going with the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gig. This is a 2x8 gig kit. DDR4. This is 2400 speed. The Ryzen stuff likes the higher clock speeds, but on the Intel side here, it seems to work really well just using your standard clock speeds there. And we should be able to get some overclocking out of this as well through the BIOS on the board there. So for storage, going with my usual combination that I usually drop in. I got a SanDisk SSD Plus 240 gig. It's great drive. I've used these for the for the money. They're hard to beat. So great drives. And then just a 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda. It's just 7200 RPM mechanical drive for raw file storage and things like that. So put your OS and all on the SSD. And any of your main programs that you need to run on there, drop it on there. SSD prices have been coming down. It's been really nice. I remember SSDs used to be really expensive. That was like a premium thing to put in, but a very common thing nowadays to drop in there. Video cards are still really out of whack. This is a 1060 card that I've got dropped in here. I didn't want to spec this any less than a 1060. You can easily, on a 6 gig 1060 card, easily run some really nice 1080 video graphics out of this system, and I didn't want to go any less than this. But as you can see, these 1060s are still running 424. I mean, these should be down 200 bucks. So the prices are definitely still up on GPU. That's why a lot of people are doing a lot of inquiry and research in on the Ryzen side right now over on the APU stuff that's coming out, because that's helping to keep those costs down. And the nice thing about those APUs is they give you expandability once these graphics cards come down in pricing, that you can go and you can buy you a 1070, drop it in with a a Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 3, and then you're off to the races there. So but anyway, this one will run you 424. This is a really nice Asus ROG Strix GeForce 1060. It's got a great cooler on here. This is all RGB lighting effect. So if you're wanting to kind of stick with a general color theme with your RGB in your system, you can easily do this, and it'll sync right up great with the motherboard and all that we've got picked out as well, because we've got Asus motherboard here. So that Asus Aura will run great throughout this system. For case, I've selected the Phanteks Eclipse P400. That's with tempered glass. That's the ATX mid-tower case. This is kind of a little bit different here. It's got a little white, some white accents inside of the case. Come on. It's got some white accents in the case, and everybody say hello to Annabelle. It's one of our dogs. So it's got some white accents in there, and getting your RGB effects going, especially if you had some components in there that had some white, like with our cooler's got a white color, and then if you wanted to change out your fan options or do something different there, can make for a really cool setup and design in that system as well. And then for a power supply, I'm just going with the Corsair TXM Gold. It's a 650 watt 80 plus gold semi-modular. Corsair makes great power supplies. I've used these, and this will give us plenty of what we need to do inside of the system. So all this total for this system here will run you $13,2201. So overall, I think that makes for a pretty good build for $13,2201. I was originally speccing out a GTX 1070 for this build. I was going through PC Part Picker, and I found in the filter that there was a EVGA superclocked 1070 for $524, and so I added that to the cart, and then I saw that it was supposed to be through Newegg, so I went to Newegg and was looking at some information on it, and it wasn't $524 on Newegg, it was $975. So there's some kind of disconnect there, I guess, between Newegg and PC Part Picker. So be sure to double check the prices. PC Part Picker is a great tool, but the numbers aren't always exactly right, so be sure to keep an eye out for that as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and this is my February Intel build. I'm going to put one together probably for a Ryzen build as well, and look at some maybe some cost comparisons between the two systems. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'd love for you to follow along with me as we explore and research some tech and other things together. And be sure to leave me a comment down below with any questions or information that you may have. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.